Hello, I'm an old guy and I do maths, and today we're going to look at how you get from a percentage to a fraction. And I think as a bonus we'll do decimals as well, just for the sake of completeness. Okay, so the first thing to realize about a percentage is that it is quite literally something out of 100%, from 100. So 25% can be written as 25 out of 100. We'll just go down here and do that for each of these. This is 37 out of 100, and this is 120 out of 100. This is an improper fraction, but don't let that bother you. How do we get from here to a final result? Well, that's assuming that you realize that there is a result beyond this and beyond this. Maybe not so much here, and I'll explain that in a minute. We can simplify this fraction. 25 out of 100 is broken down quite easily. 5 goes into 25 5 times. 5 goes into 100 20 times. We can break this down further, and this is good practice for simplifying fractions. 5 goes into 5 once and into 20 4 times. This can be simplified down to 1/4. 25% equals 1/4. You should probably memorize that if you haven't already, but this is the process of doing it. Now, we said that we were going to get from a percentage to a fraction, and we're going to do the bonus thing. We're going to turn that fraction into a decimal. And we do that, the easiest way to do that is on a calculator, if you actually want a demonstration of it here. So 1/4 is 1 divided by 4. The decimal of that is 0.25. So that equals 0.25. Please note the coincidence in the numbers. 25% is 0.25. It is also 1/4. Now, we're going to do this one next. We're going to leave this one alone because this is a tiny bit special. This has its features. It's going to be a slightly different looking result to this, but 37 is a prime number, so we kind of treat this a little bit differently. It's actually the easiest one of all to do. So we'll get into this. 120 over 100. It's an improper fraction. That doesn't matter. The common factor here is 10. That's easy enough to find. The common factor is also 20, but we'll do 10 first. So that gives us 12 over 10, and that gives us 6 over 5. I hope that's understandable. So 12 tens are 120, 10 tens are 100. 5 twos are 10, 6 twos are 12. So this is what we get. Now, this is an improper fraction, and if we want to write it as a mixed numeral, we can. It is 1 1/5. So that's our answer as a mixed numeral, and that's our answer as an improper fraction for what 120% is as a fraction. How do I get from here to here? 5 goes into 6 once and 1 remainder. How do I get back from here to here? 5 ones are 5 and 1 is 6. Okay, now we need to turn, well, we don't need to, but I said we would, turn these expressions into a decimal. Now, to do this on a calculator, we need this one. And it's the same old. We're going to divide 6 by 5. There you can see that, and you can see the answer, 1.2. So that's the process. These decimals are a bonus. Now we don't have much room to work here, so I'm going to do the 37% again. So 37% is 37 out of 100. And the good news is we stop there because that's a prime number, and these two things don't have any common factors except for 1. Okay, so what is that as a decimal, as we're continuing on to deal with decimals? 37 divided by 100. Well, the short answer is that it's 0.37, but for the sake of completeness, here we go. It is 0.37. 0.37. And that is the process of turning a percentage into a fraction. It's the basic process. Sometimes the percentages you can have a percentage with a decimal like 25.3%. We'll have a look at how you deal with that in a later video. The idea of these basic videos about fractions, percentages, and decimals is that you get your head around the concepts and you get comfortable with them. Then we'll move on. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.